Hey guys, Harley Q here, and this is part of my little mini series of how I'm building my game room. I've taken a couple months off with YouTube and making videos, but I'm still streaming on Twitch, so here's my redemption video. I get a lot of questions about my game room and how it's set up and all of the different things that I have, so I figured I would just show a quick little tour of all of the different games that I have, the systems, and generally how my game room looks thus far. My biggest collection has to be my PlayStation 2 games. I take most pride in that. I collect a lot of PS2 games, and if you've been on my Twitch channel, you know that I have a huge love for PlayStation. Primarily, this is actually the game system that I go for when collecting. I shoot for PlayStation 2 games, I collect for everything, but PlayStation 2 was the game system that really got me into gaming, so I really take collecting for it very seriously. The thing I love most about PlayStation 2 games is the innovation that went into them. There are so many different types of games. You have RPGs, MMOs, fighting games, racing games, just general beat-em-ups. They're fantastic. They have platformers of all different types, and there was something for everybody. As of right now, my PlayStation 1 collection is very small. I've spoken that I have two sisters, and we sort of split our gaming collection up as we moved out of my parents' house, so there are some games that I need to rebuy, and there's games that went missing and moving, so I really do need to build up the PlayStation 1 collection. As of right now, I really do like the games that I have for it, but I would really like to get more. One of the games I need to rebuy is Guardians Crusade. I owned it as a kid, it went missing, I don't know where it is, and it's one of the greatest games that I've ever played for the PlayStation 1. It's a game nobody's ever heard of, and it's absolutely phenomenal. So beside the PlayStation 1 games is where I keep my manuals and cover art. So if a box is very damaged but the cover art's okay, I'll keep the cover art and the manual and save it for when I can later replace it. Red has kept all his manuals for his N64 games, but didn't keep any of his N64 games themselves. So we've done a weird mix and match where we've slowly replaced the games with the manuals. It's nice to have the manuals because a lot with the N64 games, the manuals tend to get thrown out because the boxes were cardboard, and there was really no way of keeping them. This part of my game room I really like because it's not really meant for what it's meant for. It's an old armoire that we've kind of transformed into a gaming display. So we have all different types of things in there. I actually have my Togepi in the back. You kind of can't really see it, but Togepi's chilling in there in the back. From a convention when I cosplayed as Misty. So right here we have my Sega Genesis collection. The nice part about this is a good chunk of the games I actually owned as a child. It was my first game system that I ever played. The next two rows are Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and 3. The reason why these are smaller is we're now in the digital era, and I bought a lot of games digitally, so I don't need to have a spot for them. So this is our Xbox 360 collection. This one is almost as big as the PlayStation 2 games because it's a combination between my games and Red's games. Probably the systems that I lack the most are the handhelds and game systems that I generally didn't grow up with. I didn't play the SNES or the NES. I didn't own an original Xbox. So those systems I don't necessarily have a lot of games for. And every game that I have for it, I have purchased when I started creating my game room. So here is my Xbox collection. Indigo Prophecy. If you guys have been on my stream, I have played this game. I actually have to finish it. I do love Quantic Dream. I talk about them quite a bit. I love choose your own adventure games, and this one's actually a really good one, and I'm actually really sad I haven't finished it yet. I started it on the Xbox, and I actually repurchased it for my PC to stream on Twitch to make it a little easier, because I didn't have an Elgato at the time. I'm super excited to actually finish this game. This is my Wii and Wii U collection. I generally try to avoid Nintendo collecting because their prices always tend to stay higher than other systems. This is where my organization needs to be fixed because this little corner here is just sort of a mess. It's a mixture between games that don't have cases, games that don't have manuals, games that have cases but they're not the right cases, and then my Sega Dreamcast collection. This is not my full Sega Dreamcast collection. I just bought a lot recently that has some really good games in it, and the CDs were somewhat damaged, so I have to actually put them through a cleaner and try and get them working. I don't even know if they actually work, so that's why they're not actually in my collection. Down here is a really important part of my collection. It's my N64 collection. Most of the games that I own are the games that I've owned my whole life. There are some that I've added, like Conker's Bad Fur Day. Some of the sports games I definitely did not own, but I'm really excited about this collection because it's slowly growing and I love collecting for the system. It's a great system to collect for. So you probably noticed that my GameCube collection is very tiny. I only just got a GameCube a couple months ago. I like the games that I have for it so far, and I like to continue to build off of that collection, so if you have any suggestions, make sure to leave a comment below. So this is where my game systems are set up. This is more for presentation purpose and not for actual use. I like the way that they're displayed, but when it comes to actually wanting to play the systems, I actually have to remove them from this shelf and bring them over to the TV. It works for now. I don't really want to leave it as a permanent solution, but I do like the way that the display looks. And that's it. That's my game room. There's so many things in this game room that I didn't even get a chance to show you. There are things that haven't even been added to the collection yet. I'm really excited to share this with you. Hopefully you guys liked it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below.